Okay, so I have shared my whiteboard. You would be able to see that in some time. Okay, so let's talk about some past paper questions. Let's start the working with the first question. Now, Ranjani, for this class, I would want, so I assume that you have tried these questions before, right?
Yes,
And you were
I
not
did.
able to. Okay, all right. So I think this time around we can try doing it together.
No.
So I'll write down the question, I'll give you an idea, and then we can try solving it together, right? Just so you get to work on your thinking pattern as well. Okay. So this is the first part of the first question. It says showing all working and without using a calculator, solve the equation. I'll write down the equation z square plus 2 under the root x z plus 8 equals 0. Giving you answers in the form x plus iota y, where x and y are real and exact. Okay, so we need to calculate the roots of this quadratic equation. Now think about it as a simple question. Think about it as something that you have been always doing. Okay, so what is this? It's just an equation in z, and it is a quadratic equation, and
Quadratic.
we cannot solve it through middle term breaking. So we will directly think about the formula, right? The quadratic formula. So the solution is going to be of this type. So let's do it. So z would be equal to, what is the formula? I'll write down the formula first. Minus b plus minus,
Plus minus
yeah, under the root
root of b square minus 4ac by 2a.
2a.
Yes.
Okay, 2a. Very good, very good. And a is 1, b is 2 under root 6, and c is 8. Okay.
8.
Now let's do it properly. Okay, so z is going to be minus b. So minus 2 under root 6 plus minus under the root b square. What would be b square? B square would be 2 square is 4 multiplied by under root 6 square,
24.
that would be 6, and it is going to be
24.
right?
Yes.
Okay, 24 minus 4 into a, that is 1, into 8 divided by 2 multiplied by 1. Okay, let's do the next step. Z equals, that would be simple simplification, plus minus under the root 24 minus 4 into 8. 4 into 8 is 32. 24 minus 32 is what, Ranjani? It's minus 8?
Minus 8. Yeah, minus 8.
Minus 8 under the root 2. Now, the best thing about this is that in the question, they wanted us to find the answer in what form? X plus iota y form. That is, the roots would be complex. And this is where we used to stop our calculation and say, we used to write no real solution because of this negative sign in the under root. But this time around, we have seen how to deal with such questions. So we are not going to deal with it that way now. So how are we going to do it? So we will do it this way. Z is minus 2.
8 minus I square? No, 8 plus I square. Yeah, 8 plus I square. Because I square is -1.
Okay, wait. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it together. So it is going to be under the root -1 into under the root 8. Okay, is this okay?
Yes. Yes.
Sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Divided by 2. Never ever think about the final steps, okay? Always take your time, do it slowly, and then we'll talk about the solution later on. Okay. Now Z is minus 2 under root 6 plus minus. Under root minus 1 is iota, and under root 8 is, they said we are not supposed to use the calculator. So I can write 8 as 4 into under root 2. And then I can again write it down this way, under root 4 into under root 2. And under root 4 is 2 under root 2, right? So now since we have done it manually, you can also use your calculator and see under root.
Under root 4 is 2 under root 2. How?
No. Under root 4 is 2 and this under root 2 is coming here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And now you can just, use your calculator to double check things. And that is going to give you the same thing. Okay. So that is. Okay, so it is going to be.
Yeah, it's right. Negative root 6 plus 2i. Negative root 6. No, it's negative root 6 plus 2i and negative root 6 minus root 2i.
Just give me 1 second. Only 1 second, please.
Okay.
Divided by 2, and now I can write it as minus 2 under root 6 plus minus 2 under root 2, and here's my iota divide by 2, because I've written down the step again because my pen was not working there. Okay, now I can take the 2 common in the numerator. So that would make it under the root 6 plus minus iota under the root 2 divided by 2, and this 2 and this 2 is cancelled. Yeah, and what are we getting? We are getting z equals minus under root 6 plus iota under root 2, and z equals minus under root 6 minus iota under root 2. Okay. Now, there is a little problem in the marking scheme. If you open the marking scheme, you'll see in the second row, we are getting the same thing, but then they are saying obtain a root, for example, minus under root 6 minus under root 2 iota, and then obtain the other root, for example, minus under root 6 minus under root 2 iota, right? So other root is going to be the conjugate of the previous one. So they just made a mistake while writing down the sign. I told you this rule, this holds for every quadratic equation that has one complex root, that the other root would certainly be also a complex number. And what complex number would that be? It would be the conjugate of the previous complex number, right?
Yes.
So do you have any doubt with this?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so do you want to note this down or something of that type?
I've noted it down.
Okay, very good. Right. Now I am going to just rub some of the parts and then do the second part of this question. So first root has turned out to be under root 6 plus iota under root 2. And the second one is minus under root 6 minus iota under root 2. Okay, that is the thing. Okay. Now, Ranjani, what do you think about the next part?
Yes, this is where I'm facing problem. I cannot draw Arcane diagram. Anything related to sketching, I'm actually having trouble. Be it this or numerical solutions of equations. Any sketch, I don't know how to sketch.
So you're not able to plot any graph?
No, I know how to plot the graph, but when it comes to questions, I don't know. I just can't do it.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, look, this is the thing. And they want us to plot the roots of this graph. So I am going to make the imaginary axis, and this is the real axis. Okay, you'll see how easy it is. This is X, this is Y. Since they wanted us to write it down in X plus iota Y form, so I've just written down X for real axis and Y for imaginary axis, right? Now I'll just write down some values. So, so let's say this one is 1, then we have 2, and then we have the values that we need to plot is under root 2, so it would be somewhere here, let's say. So that's under root 2. Then we are interested in plotting under root 6 as well, so I'll make it here as well. 1 minus under root 2 and then 2. Okay, just stop me if you are not able to understand anything. Okay, and then we have under the root 6, that is 2.4 something, so it will be here. And then similarly, this is 1, 2, and this point is minus under root 6. Okay, now I'll use a black dot to represent this point. It is minus 6 plus 2 iota. So I have done something amazing. I need to rewrite these because I've mixed the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay. All right. So, and also I wanted to, make a proper graph. That's why I have more space. So 1, 2, under root 6, 1, 2, minus under root 6, minus 2, and minus 1. 1, 2, under root 2, minus 1, minus 2, and then we have under root 2 here. Okay, so just for understanding purposes, I'm making it this way, right? It's not the exact plotting, but yeah. Okay, now Ranjani, tell me, what if I want you to find this point on the graph? How do you do it? You say that this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate, and then you know that it would be somewhere on this line because you have minus under root 6 here, and then it would be this point, right?
Minus 6, yeah. Yes.
So this is basically what? I make the point directly. This is the point. What is this point?
Minus 6 root 2.
Yeah.
Plus root.
Exactly. Okay. It is minus 6 plus iota.
What about the I? The iota is not needed, right?
Yeah. The thing, yeah, exactly. Iota is not needed. The thing is that either you can add iota to these values, okay? And even if you're not adding iota to these values, that's completely fine because we think about it as the imaginary part and this as the real part. So usually, like, this is a debate. Some people write down iota with the y excess values and some don't, right? So I won't advise you to write down iota with it, but even if you write it, that's fine. Okay. The only thing is that your points should be relatively correct. Okay. Because they know that both these roots are conjugates of each other, right? So this is the only difference. Okay. The other point is going to be right here. Okay.
Yeah,
so they want you to make sure that both these roots are equidistant from the x-axis, right? That this distance is same as this distance. Okay, it's not same in our case because obviously I'm, doing it online and I'm doing it that way, but that is the idea. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's say you had another question where you had to plot 2 plus 2 iota. Now it's very simple, Ranjani. This is x, okay, and this is y. That is it. Forget about this iota. How do you plot 2, 2? This is how you plot 2, 2, okay? That is it. You just need to point, you just need to find that point, okay? I told you we make the line and we do it that way for the questions in which we had to, make circles and where we had to show stretch and translations and in all those cases, right? So you just need to show two correct positions. These are basically the positions of the complex number, right? Not the position vector, okay? So in short, you have been asked to plot any complex number on the graph. Think about it as XY point and just find the point. That is it. Okay. Now, I'm going to rub the extra things and let's talk about the next one. You can note this down. Okay. So what is the next point? Sorry about that. This is okay. So it says the points representing the roots are A and B. Let's say this is A and this point is B. O is the origin. So this is the origin. Find the angle AOB. So you need to find this angle. Okay. What is the point A?
Point A is minus root 6 plus 2 plus under root 2 iota.
Very good. It's minus 6 and under root minus 6. And then we have plus iota under root 2. This is A. And then for B, we have under root minus 6 minus iota under root 2. Okay. Now, Ranjani, if you remember, we have
to subtract them.
Yeah.
We have to subtract them.
Okay, now it depends. Okay, it depends. If it totally depends on you, like how you want to go about it. If you want to find the argument first, like, do you remember we used to find argument?
Yes.
Okay. So if we try doing it that way, so we do it this way, tan inverse and then y. What is y? Y is under root 2 divided by under the root 6 and it is with a negative sign. So that is that angle is tan inverse under the root 2 divided by minus under root 6 is minus 1 by 6 pi. Okay, it's your choice. You can find the answer in radians, you can find the answer in degrees. This in degrees would be 30 degrees. Okay, so it's 30 degrees. Yes. Okay,
and minus root 6. Oh, you're taking I as...
Yeah, this is how we do it. We do it this way. Tan inverse y divided by x. Okay, do you remember this method we used to find the argument?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I remember.
So this is what we are getting for A. And let's see what do we get for B. Tan inverse under root 2 divided by under root 6. And let me write it down here as well. So it is
No, I'm
1 by
getting it as
6,
30. Oh, yeah.
5
30.
or 30 degrees, right? Okay. Now, what exactly are these angles giving you? This is minus 30 degrees, okay? Because we are getting minus 1 by 6 pi, okay? Now, I did not explain you trigonometry, but this is a basic rule. If you are measuring angle in this direction, that is the anti-clockwise, it is positive. And if we measure angle in this direction, it is negative, right?
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Ranjani, you know this. We study this in
Yes.
AS, okay? The
No, I
sign
didn't know.
you must be noticing that we haven't, and the fact that negative sign can never come with angles, it is coming because it is denoting sign, okay? So
Okay.
for this we are getting 30 degrees, okay? It is 30 degrees, but it is in that direction, and direction does not really matter. But since it is negative, I just wanted to tell you the reason why it's negative. It's not wrong. Negative means the direction is clockwise. And this is positive 30 degrees. So this is coming out this way. This is also 30 degrees. This means that the angle AOB would be 30 degrees plus 30 degrees, that is 60 degrees. Right?
Yes.
Did you understand the concept of the sign as well?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Just you can just notice down. I'm just looking for some good example that I can give you here, if I'm able to find it. Yeah, but if you have, if studied AS, you know that you remember alpha. Alpha used to be the angle with the x-axis.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the
Yes,
idea
I did.
here as well. The argument is always the angle with the x-axis. Okay. If I was interested in finding out the obtuse angle, that would have been this one. So I would have done 180 minus 30, right? Just the way we do it. But we always know that alpha is the angle between that line and our x-axis basically. So this is the same concept is being followed here as well. Sorry. Right?
Yes.
So no doubt about it. Are you okay with this?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. And then we have the fourth one. Sorry. It says prove that the triangle AOB is equilateral. Okay. So I am going to make it here. This is the idea. Okay, now they want you to prove that this triangle is equilateral. Now this is easy. Think about it and tell me what
Because
is it.
both of these are equidistant from each other. I mean, a
Yes,
points A and B, they're equidistant
very
from
good.
each
So
other. So
that
their
means
angle
this.
must be the same.
So this and this are same.
Yes. So if that is 60, so both of them will be x. So it will be, but how do you explain it?
Yeah, very good. Since this angle is 60, this angle is 60. That's a very good point. And we know that this angle and this angle, they are going to be same. This is also 60, this is also 60. Since three of the internal angles are 60, that is why it is an equilateral triangle. Just give me 1 minute, please. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. So are you okay with this?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so we are done with the first question. Let's talk about the seventh one. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
next question the first part, I'm able to do it. It's just the second part.
Okay, so you were able to multiply u and u by v, right?
Yeah, that's divide. Yeah,
Okay,
multiply.
Ranjani, did you miss something before the second part? Because it says, on a sketch of an Argand diagram with origin O, show the points A and B representing the complex numbers u and v respectively.
Yeah, A and B. A and B are -7 plus 7 I under root 3.
Okay. So you're telling me the answer the
Because you
first
get A
part,
and
right?
B when you do the first question. It's just like the previous one. How you
Tell me again.
um okay the answers are wait yeah -7 plus 7 iota under root 3
Okay. This, right?
plus 7. Yes, that and the same thing but with um -1 plus under root 3i.
Okay. Okay, so this is the second part. So it says, on a sketch of an Argand diagram with origin O, show that the points A and B representing the complex numbers u and v respectively. Okay, so
Um,
okay.
um, you can cancel the first answer. That's
Yeah, okay, yeah.
the last answer -1 plus root 3i. That's the actual one, not the one on top. I
Okay.
misread it.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's just the -3 one.
U
Negative
is
one.
u is minus
Negative
3 under root 3 plus iota, and then v is under root 3 plus 2 iota. Okay, they are saying, on a sketch of an Argand diagram with origin O, show that the points A and B representing the complex numbers u and v respectively prove that the angle AOB is 2 by 3. So first I need to show u and v, and they are basically A and B, and then I need to find the angle
U
AOB,
and
right?
V are
So
A and B.
yeah, say sorry.
U and V, those are A and B, points A
Yeah,
and B.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, exactly. When I read the statement for the first time, I was like that you have missed some part in the beginning. But now when I've read this
No,
again,
I thought it's the answer for the first part. Yeah,
no,
because
no,
they
no,
didn't
no. You know,
mention.
whenever you have to use the first part, they write, like, not every time, but most of the times they use the word hence or using the first part or stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it says,
Okay. I have
show
to
the points A
that
and
in
B
mind.
representing the complex numbers u and v, right? So it's there. So what is u? I want you to help me this time. This is y. You can write y, you can write x, you can write down real part of z, and you can also write it down as imaginary part of z, right? Do not get confused with iota. So I need 1 here, then we have 2, then we have under root 3 is basically 1.7, so it is going to be somewhere between 1 and 2. Let's say this is 1, this point is 2, this point is under root 3, then we have 1, 2, minus 3. I need to extend this. -4, -5, And then it will be somewhere here. It is -3 under root 3, right? Because that's 5 point something, okay?
Okay.
1, 2. All right. So what about the first point? It's -3 under root 3 and iota. So it is going to be somewhere here, right?
Yes.
And under root 3 plus 2 iota would be somewhere here. Okay, so it is saying this point was U, so it is A, and this point is B. Yeah, and now origin is O. Let me just connect these two lines with this just so I can find the angle. Okay, and I am interested in finding out this angle. Now, Ranjani, can you think about the angle and tell me, because we have done a similar
In this
part.
case also, do we do tan inverse of y over x?
Okay, and for which one? Like what? Tell me, find the angle and then tell me the answer, okay?
Okay.
Because yes, you are right. That is the formula for argument of z. But you know that you need to do more with it, okay? That
No,
will
but
give
to
you
tan
the
inverse is what over x?
answer exactly. This is y by x, right?
Yes.
Y is the imaginary component and x is the real component. So just take 2 minutes and think about it. And if you're not able, I'm giving you 2 minutes because I want you to think on your own as well, right? That would be the best practice. So I'll ask you at 10:07 exactly, like 10:07 PST.
Getting 1.203.
Okay, sorry. 1.203 radians.
Wait, I'll just do it again. Oh.
Okay.
Zero 0.143.
Okay, so you are getting the same answer again.
Yes.
Okay, and that's in radians, right?
Yes.
All right, just give me 1 second. Okay, so they were saying it should be 2 by 3 pi. So let me just check. Okay, Ranjini, that's 2.094. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, your answer is wrong. Let's see why are you getting it wrong. Okay, that's okay. I just wanted you to think about it on your own as well. Okay, now can you like send me a working, or can you just tell me how exactly have you done this?
I just subtracted both the points. I subtracted the y and the x. I mean, I divided. It's tan inverse of y over x, right? So I just subtracted the y coordinates and divided by the difference of the
Hmm.
x coordinates. Yeah, that's all. And I found the tan inverse of it.
Okay, and why like okay. B point is what? Let's just write it down. It is under the root 3, and then it's 2,
Plus 2.
and then A is minus 3 under root 3, and then 1. Okay, let's find, let's just find this angle. What would be this angle? Okay, it would be tan inverse and then 2
Tan
divided by,
inverse of 2 by root 3.
yeah, so it is, I'm writing down the angle in radians, okay, because you have also calculated in radians. 0.857. Okay, this is what I'm getting for this part. And what about this part? Again, tan inverse.
Tan inverse of 1 by negative 3 root.
Yeah, 1 by
You
negative
get negative 0.190.
negative 0.190. Okay, all right. So now listen to me carefully, okay? If let's just think about this angle, how much would be this angle? It would be pi minus the angle 0.19,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Very good. So this red angle is 0. Oh, sorry. It is 2.95. Okay, 2.95. But I'm not interested in this 2.95. I am interested in this black angle only. So this 2.95 is basically the black angle plus 0.857. So I need to subtract 0.857 as well. And that is going to give me the black angle that basically is 2.09. Okay, and this is the answer. Now I'll tell you why are you using that method. Like when I was explaining these contents to you, like in our classes, I did not talk about that method, right? Because you know, such methods, they use such methods in marking schemes, they work for some of the questions, and then students are confused that why is that method not working for all of the questions. Okay, so I won't say that the method you have used is wrong. The only thing which you need to understand is that it won't be workable in every situation. And in maths, I always advise my students not to learn too many methods. Okay, you just have one formula, that is tan inverse y by x. Think about it as your alpha. So whatever coordinate you are in, the argument of z would be the angle between that line and the x-axis. Okay, and then you can just do simple maths. You know that sum of angles on a straight line are pi or 180, and using the basic concepts you can just calculate any angle, right? So did you understand the concepts for this one, or should I explain this again?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, and I won't advise you to use that formula, okay, because that might work for some of the questions but not for every question.
Everything. Okay.
Okay, all right. Now I like we have 15 more minutes, so I want to do the D part of the 10th question. Should I do that? Because that's about, you know, the Argand diagram again, right?
Yes.
Because the other parts, like we can also talk about them, but I want to do D part first because that is very important, and you told me that you are not able to do those questions. However, I personally think that they are easy. Okay, so tell yourself that, Ranjini, they are easy, you can do it, and then you would be able to do them. Okay, so it is D part 1. It says, on a sketch of an Argand diagram, shade the region whose points represent the complex number z satisfying the inequalities z minus u less than equal to under the root 5 and argument of z less than equal to 1 by 4 pi. Now we have u given. I'll write that as well. And trust me, it is an easy question, okay? It is a question like of the types we have discussed in classes as well. Although the questions we discussed in classes were like the book questions, but still, they were like this. Okay. Let's do it. All right. Now, what is this? So when I was teaching you, when we were covering the contents of this chapter, we had 3 things. Do you remember? So we used to have the circle.
Yes.
Right? And then we used to have this argument of Z thing. And then there was another thing as well, which we used to shade. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what is this? This one was the circle.
This is a circle, yes.
Very good. Circle. And this one is nothing but just the representation of the angle, right? That is it. So you can just write it down as angle or whatever way you're comfortable in with. Okay, now I am going to make the axis. Oops, sorry. So this is the y-axis and then this is the x-axis. Okay. Now I want to write down the equation of the circle again with u in it minus 1 plus 2 iota less than equal to under root 5. Now the best part is that we already have this negative sign, and I told you while teaching this that it is very important that we need to take minus common, because z minus something, and that something used to be the center. So this is the center of your circle. So let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, and this is 2. So the center is going to be this one, right? 1 plus 2 iota, without any doubt, right, Ranjini?
Yes.
And this used to be what? The
radius.
Okay, so the value of under root 5 is 2.23. So if this is 2.23 would be somewhere. Okay, so this means that the circle is going to be okay, so I will make it with the pen, not using the circle. All right, so let's just make some rough estimates. 2.23. All right. So all right. Oh my God, it does not look like a circle. Let me make it again. Okay, just think about it as a circle. Okay, I don't want to waste time on this. Okay, now this is the circle and it is a rough sketch. Okay, the idea is that if this is the center and center has the coordinates 1 2, what would be the coordinate of this point? It would be 1 plus the radius, right?
Yes, 1 plus 2.23, so which is 3.23.
Yes, it will be. Okay, I'm sorry about this. This is how my drawing is. Okay, so this is the circle, and the shaded region would be all the region that is inside the circle. Okay, so I am just gonna use a color and I will just make lines of this type. Okay, so from the first inequality, this is what I'm getting. Okay, now it is a sketch. The fact that it could be that this line is going like this. It could be that this line is going like this. It totally depends. Obviously, this is a sketch. We are not drawing it that properly, but it is the basic idea, right? You need to keep the radius in mind and then make the circle. Like if this is the center has the y coordinate 2. So the radius is going to be this one, and the length of this red line is going to be 2.23. And then
Why
this,
are we shading that?
sorry,
Why did we shade that again? The
I'll tell you,
inside the
we are not done with the answer. This is basically the shading because they are saying all the points that are less than the radius. So for this sign, we used to shade the internal points, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not done with the answer. I need to take in account the intersection of these two. So what would be the region for this one? Let's see. I'll make a line quickly. It is going to be of this type. The angle is an acute angle. It is pi by 4. So let's say this is pi by 4. And all the points that are less than pi by 4. So that are going to be these, okay? Basically less than this line, okay? This is basically representing a line that has this angle, okay? This sign is telling me that my values are going to be less than and equal to the line, right? Are you getting my point? So the final answer is going to be
Yes.
this one, okay? You need not make the extra part of the line because this line is also included in the shaded region. So this would be the answer. All the points that are inside the circle less than the line, right? Did you understand this?
Yes.
Any doubt, Ranjani, since this is what you wanted me to cover, like you were a bit conscious with the Argand diagrams?
Can you please repeat how you shaded that part again?
Okay, look. So basically, I'll be quick. This is the imaginary axis. This is the y-axis. Let's say this is the circle, and this was the center. And yeah, I'll wrap this. Okay. Now forget about the x-axis and the y-axis and all that. Okay. Just know that this is telling you this inequality, the one with which I made the star, is basically the inequality for the circle. And the shaded region includes, or the points that this inequality includes, are all the boundary points of the circle, because we have less than and equal to. Okay. And less than means all the points that are inside the circle. So this is going to be the region for the first inequality, okay? But we do not have one inequality, we have two inequalities. We need to take in account both of these inequalities, right? Okay.
Yes.
What is the second inequality? I've written angle. Instead of angle, I should have written, it is basically a line whose angle is pi by 4 between the x-axis, okay? So I will make the line. So let's just keep it, no, we should keep it this way. This is how we make it originally. The angle, this angle is pi by 4. What exactly is this saying? It's saying all the points that are less than and equal to pi by 4. So I will make more shaded region. This includes all the points on the red line, as well as all the points that are less than and equal to the red line. So these are the points that are less than and equal to the red line. Okay. In fact, these are the points. These are the points, right? All these points.
Yes.
All the points under the line, all these points. And now we need to talk about the common region. So since we are talking about the common region, I am going to rub the extra points and I am just going to talk about the common region. So this is what I have, and I should rub the extra part of the line as well. So yeah. This is what we are going to have, okay? Right, Ranjini?
Yes.
Everything that is less than the line and inside the circle, okay? So I'll give you a tip. I've forgotten the third type. We discussed circles, we discussed angles, and then we had another thing as well. I taught that in classes, I remember. Just follow the inequality sign, okay? If it has equality in it, like both the inequality signs are less than and equal to, that means the boundary points are also included. If it is less than, then obviously if it's a line, it would be under the line. If it's a circle, it would be inside the circle. If it's equal to, they are going to be the boundary points. If it is greater than and it's circle, it would be outside the circle. If it is greater than, if it's a line, it would be above the line, right? So these are some of the things that you need to keep in account. And then just talk about the common region, because here the exact wordings of the examiner were sketch on an Argand diagram, shape the region whose points represent the complex numbers z satisfying the inequalities z minus u mod less than equal to under root 5 and and argument of z less than equal to 1 by 4 pi, right? And means intersection of both these regions, okay? Just make both the regions and then just rub those regions which are not coming in common and write down and leave the regions that are coming in common, okay?
Okay.
So that is the idea. Okay. So let's talk. Do you want me to do the second part of this part B or some other question? Like we have 3 minutes. We still have 3 minutes. Do you know how to do the last question?
Yes, the last question I'll be able to do. I'll be able to do the B and C part as well, but can you just explain the first part, like 10A?
Yeah, sure. Don't worry. Okay. Look. It's okay. So I'll do it. It is 10 part A. So it says the complex number 1 plus 2 iota is denoted by U. The polynomial, I'll write down the polynomial, 2x cubed plus ax square plus 4x plus b, where a and b are real constants, is denoted by p of x. This polynomial is basically p of x. It is given that u is a root of the equation. Find the values of a and b. Now, if this is the polynomial and if u is the root, so when I will plug in the value of u in x, this should be equal to 0 because that is the root. Did you understand?
Yes.
So 2 into 1 plus 2 iota, I'm plugging in the value of u, plus a into 1 plus 2 iota square plus 4 into 1 plus 2 iota plus b equals...
Doing this to find the first root, right?
Sorry?
They're doing this to find the first root of the
No,
equation, right?
no. Look. They are saying that you need to find the values of a and b. We are finding the values of a and b, okay?
And we know that 1 plus 2 iota is the one of the roots. So that's why we're substituting that into the equation.
Exactly, because u is one of the roots. If u is one of the roots, we know that when we plug in the value of u, that would be equal to 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, are you sure? Did you understand this? Let's say if I have any equation, x plus 2 square equals 0, and I'm interested in finding out the roots. So I'll find the value of x that satisfies this equation, and that value of x would be calculated with 0 here because I am interested in finding out the roots. Okay, always remember, if a number, either it's real or it's complex, if that is a root, when you will plug in that in the polynomial, it is going to be 0. Okay, did you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, and how do we calculate it? So it is 2 and then it is 1 plus 2 iota, then it's 1 plus 2 iota square plus a into a square plus 2ab, and then when I will do plus b square, it would become minus 4, right?
Shouldn't be 4 iota square.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, 1 plus 4
yeah.
iota square.
So what is iota square? Iota square is minus 1, right?
Minus, yeah, and minus 1 is root iota, right?
No. Iota square is
negative 1. Oh, okay, yes, I got it.
Okay, and this would give you plus 4 plus 8 iota plus b equals 0, and then 2, and then we have 1 plus 2 iota, and then 1 plus 2 iota is basically this. So when I will simplify this, I would get minus 3 plus 4 iota plus a into minus 3 plus 4 iota plus 4 plus 8 iota plus b equals 0, and then 2 into 1 into minus 3 is minus 3 plus 4 iota. Okay, 2 iota into minus 3 would be minus 6 iota, and 2 iota into 4 iota would be 8 iota square, that would be minus 8, right?
Minus 8, yes.
And then minus 3a plus 4a iota plus 4 plus 8 iota plus b equals 0. And then we have 2 into...
So we have to go all the way down. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You have to go all the way down, and let me see if I can just directly write down the last equation. Okay. You will directly go all the way down, and then you are going to get, you obviously you can see that some numbers are real, some are complex, right? Some are real,
Yes.
some are complex. You'll just write down the real ones, you'll write down the complex ones equal to 0. Now this 0 is basically what? That this 0 is 0 plus 0 iota. Okay, you will equate the real components equal to 0 and the imaginary components equal to 0, and then
Okay.
that would give you two equations, and you have two variables. So if you have two equations and two variables, you can solve them simultaneously to find the values of those variables, right?
Yes.
Are you sure that you have understood the method?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so that is it then. And I'll stop the recording, and then you can ask me if you have any questions.